My name is Jonathan Ha, and I'm the founder and CEO of RedPulse. RedPulse is a tokenized research ecosystem for China, and what we've done is we've created an ecosystem where people can share their insights and ideas on capital markets and get paid in crypto for it. So Neo is amazing, it's fantastic, and I would say the primary reason we chose Neo is because of the technical aspects of their infrastructure. And this was middle of last year, 2017, when we started to look around, started to consider Ethereum, Neo, a few other blockchain infrastructures out there. And Neo really intrigued us because while it was new and relatively untested at the time, they also were able to take a lot of great lessons learned from those that came before them, such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. And those lessons learned then translated into what we feel to have been faster transaction speeds as well as more efficient consensus algorithm, all things that we thought were quite advantageous, and we decided to partner with Neo. Udacity is an online education platform, and they're one of the biggest in the world. And we're partnering with them because what RedPulse is building is not just a research ecosystem, it's a knowledge ecosystem. And with knowledge, it's not just the knowledge that people already possess and are sharing with others, it's also the knowledge that people aim to learn, to pick up over time. And we wanted to partner with Udacity because we can then hire from all of their great talent that have gone through their programs, but also help build a curriculum around blockchain, around financial research. And that's something we're really excited to explore with them. We are going to be sharing all the specifics on Saturday, but what I can share is that in the lead up to that, it is an upgrade to our infrastructure. It is also something that is not included on our roadmap. And just as an additional hint, it is related to combining the blockchain and research. So that's something that we haven't explained before or announced before, but we are using a lot of the key elements of the blockchain, such as the immutability, the transparency, the decentralized nature of the blockchain, and incorporating that into our research business. So we're going to be the first to do so, and we're quite excited to be a pioneer in this space. Biggest number one challenge for us has been hiring. And before doing the token sale, we always thought that cash was the problem, raising money. And it's one of those things where once you solve one bottleneck, another one crops up. And in this case, we happen to have quite a bit of capital that we can then use to invest into building out the team, building out the platform, and executing upon our vision. But at the same time, very quickly came to realize that the type of people that we're looking for, which includes blockchain developers, machine learning specialists, data scientists, they're in demand everywhere. And so we've really had a pretty big challenge in finding good people. And where we have found them, I've been quite happy to say that the quality has been quite high. So we've been able to build out a fantastic team of close to 20 individuals now on our product and engineering team, and super excited to showcase to everyone what they've built so far. I think blockchain technology is still in its infancy, and while we have built the foundation, and there's quite a lot of interest in blockchain, especially in its application in cryptocurrency, we're just scratching the surface and how it's actually going to be applied to industries. And one specific example as to why I believe we're just scratching the surface is because in most of these cases, we still haven't solved that problem of hitting the ground, so to speak. You have this somewhat ethereal concept of the blockchain where things are immutable, things are transparent, but how you get information onto the blockchain, that's typically a point of vulnerability or risk. And also, how do you actually determine with 100% certainty that when the blockchain elements do come to the real world, that they're real? And one example I can give of that is supply chain logistics, right? So a lot of people tout the benefits of using blockchain to verify sourcing, to verify transit, to verify delivery and receipt of product, of goods, of organic food, of medical supplies, so on and so forth. But when you put it onto the blockchain and when you take it off the blockchain, so to speak, that transit period, that information storage period, of course, is pretty much certain because of the nature of blockchain. But it's when you're securing things and registering things on the blockchain at the front end, and when you're also on the back end trying to determine if the product or service or good is that same product or service or good that you had agreed upon. On the downstream end of things, that's also where there's a bit of risk and vulnerability. So I've seen quite a few really interesting projects that are aiming to solve that problem of making the linkage between the real world and the blockchain world, so to speak, and vice versa, more certain. And I think that is going to drive much more innovation, much more adoption of the blockchain in several of these industries. I think the sentiment towards blockchain has always been positive, and many people, they tend to equate blockchain with crypto and crypto to blockchain, but that's certainly not the case. And what we've seen in China thus far is that the People's Bank of China, which is the central bank of China as well as the main financial regulator, has been very supportive of blockchain technology. They've even gone so far as to even create their own exploratory cryptocurrency that they're testing out and seeing what are the relative merits of. And generally speaking, in terms of other projects, I think there's many of these government-sanctioned programs and initiatives that do in fact use quite a lot of blockchain technology. So quite exciting to see all of that.